Good morning from the heart of New York City. This is Food School Smarter, Stronger, Leaner podcast dedicated to one thing: to learn and apply to eat better daily. I'm your host, Shurina from Create Yourself That Today, your personal nutritionist, your personal health and wellness coach, your fellow biohacker, and just someone with a lot of passion for healthy eating, nutrition, healthy food, feeling your best, looking your best, and performing your best on all levels. And nutrition, guys, is huge part of all of it. It's a huge part of you. It's who you are. Every single cell in your body, in your brain, every single thought and emotions, food influences all of it. So today we are continuing our deep conversation about calories this week. And this episode in particular is dedicated to protein, one of the major, most important source of calories, source of nutrition in your food. And yes, there are fats, yes, there are carbohydrates, and we probably need a little bit of everything. But protein, everything, every single cell needs protein to function. Almost every single structure, every single hormone or neurotransmitter, or whatever your body does involves protein or amino acids, and your body has to replenish on a daily basis those reserves of amino acids or building blocks of protein. So today we are talking about protein, and specifically how it connects to us losing weight, looking the leanest, losing the most fat, feeling the most satiety from our meals, how it contributes to our overall caloric needs. It's all about protein, because guys, our body needs protein probably more than any other nutrients. Like the body can synthesize glucose or blood sugar for function from excess protein. The body can use that glucose also for fuel if needed, even though it's a very costly process. But the body cannot synthesize amino acids and protein from carbohydrates or fats. It can only break down some other structures in the body, like muscles, or in a case of extreme starvation, it can break down even internal organs, but it will still get the needed amino acids, and the body cannot just make them. That's why protein is so important. And probably that's why, even though the reasons are still not unclear from studies, that's why probably we need and crave protein the most, and when we don't get it in our food supply. And that's probably why the meal that contains all the essential amino acids, all the essential proteins, is the most satiating meal. That is why also all the studies, no exception, conclude that whenever the diet is higher in protein, it causes the most satiety. It causes to reduce hunger the most. And what it means for you and your lean body mass, your fat loss, is more protein, less hunger, without the need of willpower that we all have a limited amount of. So more protein, less hunger, less food, and the result is leaner you. And besides that, protein also supports lean muscle mass, meaning that whether you train or even when you don't train, even though you cannot grow muscle without training it, more protein in your diet supports lean body mass and supports fat loss. So they proved it many times that if we increase dietary protein, then people who do that, they tend to stay leaner than people who eat more carbohydrates or more fats in their diet. So what you want to understand is, if you want to decrease your fat mass and you want to support and maintain the most lean or muscle mass, then you want to make sure that you're getting enough protein in your diet. And some formulas from the book, The Poor Misunderstood Calorie, the simple formula, for example, is to divide your body weight in pounds by 2, and that's approximate amount of protein that you need to get at least on a daily basis. The formula that I'm using is I multiply my lean body mass 0.8, and that ends up being for me 110 pounds. And so my dietary protein is usually somewhere around that, or 100 gram of protein per day. That by some people, nutritionists, especially people who are into longevity, considered to be on a higher side, but because of my lean body mass, because of really low body fat percentage, and because of a lot of weight training I do, I feel that this is the appropriate amount of protein, because if I'm not getting it, I literally feel hungrier. Like, I compare the days when I would have around 100-110 grams of protein, and the day when I failed to do so. So on the days when I failed to do so, no matter how many calories I consume, I still feel hungry. So getting the appropriate amount of protein, not overeating it, especially when you are involved in heavy weight training daily or really often, it's really important for your satiety levels, and also to increase and maintain your lean body mass. What would be interesting for you to know is, if you want to gain muscle and lose fat at the same time, high protein diet is also one of the recipes for success. That allows you to actually build muscle while you're exercising and recovering, and then use the fat that you carry in your body for energy to fuel muscle growth and muscle recovery. That's how you usually build muscle and lose fat at the same time. But there is a caveat. If at the same time your carbohydrate intake is high, then actually the fat loss will be compromised, and you'll build less muscle, also proven by studies. So in order to maximize muscle gain, muscle maintenance, and the fat burn, you need to reduce your carbohydrates as low as possible, eating still your vegetables with a lot of fiber, green leafy non-starchy vegetables like broccoli, Brussels sprouts, spinach, asparagus, all of that, cauliflower, all this good stuff. So you want to decrease your carbohydrates except for those vegetables, and you want to increase your protein, and then have the appropriate amount of fats that are essential for our health and our performance, mental and physical. So this is the best recipe for reducing your appetite, for gaining muscle and losing fat at the same time. I tried it, and that's why I'm below 10 body fat percentage right now, or somewhere around it. And that's why also the same kind of diet, is used by fitness model, by bodybuilders when they're getting ready for the show, when they're trying to get super lean. It's not a coincidence that they make sure that they get their protein, and if they want to get really, really lean, they also decrease their protein, but that compromises their health and performance, of course. So what else do you want to learn today? More muscle mass, why you also want to maintain leaner muscle mass, contributes to more fat burning, more energy expenditure, because muscles is an active tissue that burns energy whenever you do any kind of movement or work, or even at rest. Muscles work, you burn more energy, your energy expenditure rises, and you burn more energy and more fat at the end of the day and stay leaner and healthier. Also, you want to understand that calories for your body and your brain mean more than the size of the meal. Meaning, if you're consuming, for example, huge salad with a lot of greens but no fat, no protein in it, right? And then you consume maybe a couple of tablespoons of butter, or you eat some fatty fish, but the volume going to be much smaller of that fatty fish or that butter and protein, then you're going to feel more satiated and fuller from that smaller meal of fatty fish or fatty meat than from that huge salad, no matter how big it was. So calories at the end of the day mean more than the size of the meal. But that being said, nutrients mean even more than calories. Calories are not created equal. So when you consume carbohydrates compared to essential proteins and essential fats, you're going to feel more satiated eating more proteins and more fats than when you eat more carbohydrates. Plus, carbohydrates raise your insulin levels. Well, first they raise your blood sugar levels, and then they raise your insulin levels. And insulin not only actually increases your hunger at the end of the day and makes you eat more, but it also stops the fat burning process, and it locks the fat in your cells and the fuel in your cells until you burn all that sugar that came in the form of carbohydrates. So that's just how it works. So carbohydrates are actually proven to be obesogenic. I think that's how you pronounce it, basically meaning that carbohydrates promote fat gain, and your body cannot burn fat efficiently until your carbohydrates are low. That signals to your body that your energy reserves are low, your blood sugar is low, and you need to burn some of that fat that you carry on your body. So carbohydrates equal high sugar, high blood sugar levels equal higher insulin, and that equals to more fat and just more hunger, more eating, more fat. Whereas when you're eating low carbohydrate diet and high protein diet, higher in essential fats, your blood sugar is low, your insulin is low, but also your hunger is low. Your body can burn more fat and maintain lean body mass, and also your hunger decreased. And all the studies show every single time that the more healthy protein and the more healthy fats you eat, the actually naturally you start eating less, you start burning more energy, you start maintaining your muscle mass better, and the result is leaner, healthier, happier, and less hungry you. So to recap this long rambling about proteins and fats and carbs, what you want to understand today is, if you want to start increasing and maintaining your lean body mass, but also your health, and reduce your hunger and have higher energy levels, then you want to reduce your carbohydrates to fiber-rich vegetables, and you want to increase, especially if you're losing weight, the amount of protein. And the amount of protein is somewhere your body weight in pounds divided by 2, that the approximate amount of protein that you need to get on a daily basis. So if you want to gain most muscle and lose the most fat, feeling the least hungry, then higher protein diet with adequate healthy fat intake and lots of non-starchy fibrous vegetables in your diet, set the recipe for success. I did it. I never felt or looked better. And this recipe is being confirmed by more and more studies. So get on it. Eat your healthy protein from healthy whole foods. Eat your healthy fats. Reduce your carbohydrates to non-starchy vegetables, and get super shredded, super lean, super healthy, and get full of energy. So tomorrow we're going to continue talking about calories, the last day before making a conclusion episode, and I'm going to also blog about it. If you need advice, if you need someone to create or adjust or redesign your menu plan, your meal plan, feel free to reach out. And I have very affordable prices for meal plan, for diets that I can get to you in a day or two, and you'll be on the right track to gain the most muscle, maintain the most muscle, and get shredded and get lean and look awesome and feel awesome. But anyway, guys, here you have all you need to know about calories. Tomorrow you're gonna learn even more about exercise and what kind of exercise you need to maintain the most lean body mass, and where the calories should come from to maintain your exercise routine. But today, eat more protein, healthy protein, eat healthy fats, reduce your carbs, and eat better daily. And have a wonderful weekend. I speak to you tomorrow.